Hello, my name is Kevin Marbrulli. I am the program director of ODU's Game Design Development and Criticism program. I have a bit of a challenge for you. First, I'd like to create a board game based on the PACE Institute. That's part one of the challenge. Part two of the challenge is I'd like to create a board game based on the PACE Institute using a piece of software that, well, it's designed for a lot of things. It's not designed to produce board games. So what am I talking about? Well, let me share my screen and show you. I'd like to produce a board game for the PACE Institute using a piece of software called Miro. Now, Miro is a collaborative whiteboard that offers free accounts to instructors. I use it oftentimes in my classroom. It has a lot of potentials and possibilities. And I want to see, again, by way of challenges, we can use it to make a board game based on the PACE Institute. So I'm calling this exercise the PACE Race, or a board game in the making. Now, Miro has a set of basic functionalities. If you see my mouse, I'm sorry, you can do a lot of things. The main thing is you can drag Post-it notes and put notes to it. You can change the color of the notes and drag more Post-it notes and that kind of thing, right? So that's basically what Miro can do. Miro also allows you to put frames. You can draw frames in here, custom sized frames, that kind of thing. But again, what I want to do is use it for to make a board game. So in Miro, you could do the board game. What we're seeing right now is the basic thing. But in Miro, if you use the mouse wheel, or if you go down here to the map, you can zoom in and you can zoom out. So if we zoom out, you can see that we have. You can also navigate using the hand tool to sort of drag and drop the whole space. You can change that with that. So you can see that we have a whole racetrack sort of laid out if you zoom way out. Now we can zoom in and you can see that this racetrack is comprised of 9 steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 is over here, step 5. I think step 6 is up here, step 7, step 8, and step 9. So if we zoom way into step 9, you'll see that each of these steps corresponds to the sessions of the PACE Institute. So the idea is that for each session of the PACE Institute, we're going to add part of the racetrack. And by the time we're done, we'll have a whole board game, a PACE Race board game, in which all of the area between the hay bales will be filled in with spaces. So as a way to introduce you to this, I want to walk you through step 1. And step 1 is the first step of the race. And this is to create player pieces. And we're going to do step 1 actually before the Institute starts. So it's kind of a warm up. So again, zoom out, and then you can zoom all the way into step 1. And we'll just look at the instructions rather. Okay, so every board game needs races, pieces to represent players. Since this is a racing game, we'll need vehicles. Each vehicle in the PACE Race is divided by 3 attributes: horsepower, which is basically speed; agility, the ability of vehicles to change lanes, to take advantage of bonuses and avoid obstacles; and endurance, which means how many turns the vehicle can go before it has to get oil or tires changed, or that sort of thing. So that's the overview of step 1. This is what we're doing. We're making vehicles, and we're making 3 kinds of vehicles that players can choose from when they play this game. So the instructions is, I want you to do a self-inventory. Which of the attributes listed above characterize your approach to entrepreneurship? Are you a powerhouse? Which means, are you fast? Do you come up with ideas? Do you accelerate, get started really fast? Are you quick on your feet as your ability as an entrepreneur and an educator? Can you change directions on a dime? Can you shift and pivot? Or do you have staying power, the third thing? So do a self-inventory and say which of these things you think fits you the best. And of course, most of us are one or two or three of these things, but I want you to pick one, right? And then what I want you to do is I want you to choose the vehicle template on the left that best matches your approach to entrepreneurship and follow the instructions on the template to create a vehicle for the PACE race, right? Okay, so here are, if you go to the left and you zoom in, you'll see we have 3 templates, and the templates correspond to the attributes of the player pieces. Template 1 is horsepower, and it has instructions. Template 2 is agility, and it has instructions. Template 3, see where I'm going here? Endurance. It has instructions. So again, depending on what attribute you think best characterizes your approach to entrepreneurship, you choose that template. Now, I think as an entrepreneur, as an educator, I think I have a hard time getting up to speed and acceleration. It takes me a long time to get up to speed. So I'm not going to pick horsepower. I do think I pivot rather quickly. I think I change and I pivot rather quickly. So maybe I'll pick agility. But really, I think that my primary thing is endurance. I think that, I just stick to it, and I kind of badger things until I get it to work. So I'm going to pick endurance. I'm going to go to template 3 and endurance, and I'm going to read the instructions. Okay. So drag one of the endurance cards off the top of the stack to the left. This will form the basis of the vehicle you're creating. Okay. So here's the stack of endurance cards, and I'm going to drag it off to the left, and I'll just put it somewhere where I can get to it and work on it, right? This is my car. Okay. So give your vehicle a name, something appropriate and entrepreneurial. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to click here, and if you double click on it here, you can get to where you can edit test. And I'm going to say the slow old tortoise, because I think that pretty much describes me, or better yet, since I claim to be Southern uppity, so old tortoise, right? Manufacturers. Okay, so the second step is write your name in the manufacturer field. Okay, very simple. I know what my name is. I'm just going to write it in here. And by the way, you do not need to keep this text this color if you want to change the text. I like this color, but you can change the text to, I don't know, white. You can change the text back to whatever it was using that, right? Okay, right. So air freshener scent. Okay, give your number 4, pick a scent of the air freshener vehicle that dangles from the rear view, right? That dangles from the rear view mirror of your vehicle. Okay, so air freshener scent. Let's just change this to something better than it's going to be a long trip. We'll call it ripe bananas, right? With an exclamation point. And Miro will let you know if you spell something wrong, but oops, why did I do that? It will let you know if you spell something wrong. It should, in theory, and now it disappeared. Okay, we'll type it in. Not sure why that happened, but like I said, this is going to be a challenge, and we're going to make it work, or not. Okay, so once we do this, and I change the color to that, and you can also make it bold by doing that right there. Once I got the basics, setting the vehicles down, now we need to do this thing. So what I want to do is click here, and you'll notice a little G thing. That's what you click on. So we click here, and that will open a new window. And I roll dice. The first time I clicked and rolled the dice, I got a 1. So I'm going to write that down, a 1. And the instructions want me to do it 2 more times. So I'm going to click again, and I got a 6. And I'm going to click here again, and I got a 4. A 1, a 6, and a 4. Right, this is honor system. If you want to make up numbers, nobody will ever know. Okay, so let's see, I have 3 numbers here. I've written it down. The highest of the 3 numbers you rolled is your vehicle's speed bonus. So replace the speed bonus field in your vehicle with that number. Okay, so the highest is the speed bonus, and to replace that number in this field, and that is the highest number, not the lowest number, is a 6. So the speed bonus is a 6, right? I'll make it that pretty color again, just so people could tell. The second highest of the 3 numbers you rolled is your vehicle's agility bonus. Okay, so the second highest of the 3 numbers I rolled is the vehicle's agility bonus and the base toning radius. And so that is a second highest number I rolled was a 4. So I'll put that there. I'm going to make it bold, and I'm going to do that. And the third highest number that I rolled was a 1. So my tortoise is looking like it's going to be quite a slow tortoise, right? And you click that there. And there, we've taken the 3 numbers you've rolled and we put it in there. And our vehicle is almost done. The last thing is the bonus. It's to paste an image that represents your vehicle. And so Miro has this really, really, well, the second last step is really, really cool thing, which allows you can drag and drop or copy and paste images in there. So I'm just going to do an image search for old tortoise. Oh, there's an old tortoise for sale, right? And then do an image search, and I'll just find an image that I think represents what my vehicle will look like. And then you could just, I think that one's perfect. And you can right click on it and you can copy image, and then you can go back to Miro and you can hit paste. And you'll notice down here that our turtle images come in, and you can resize the image. You can make it, shrink it. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. You can resize it. You can make it bigger or smaller. And so I'm going to drag it to that. And I'm going to resize it so that it fits there. Come on, turtle image. And that's not what I want. It should be, see custom size, and over here, no original size. Let's see, replace image. There is, thought there was a way to make it not to get rid of the aspect ratio, but I might be wrong. Anyways, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Put the image in there, and then you're done, except for the last step is to drag your vehicle to the starting line. So in order to do that, you can grab that and you'll move, but you'll notice the tortoise image won't move. So you could just do this and select the whole thing. Shift, if you hit the shift key and then drag it, select the whole thing. And then up here, you can ungroup and then regroup it. So everything groups together, and then it all drags at once. And then you can zoom out, because it's oftentimes easier to move things if you zoom out. And we could drag it to the starting line. And there we go. The turtle gaming piece is on the starting line, and it's ready to go. So that's basically an introduction to the challenge of the pace race, an introduction to what I want you to do for step 1. And that I'm going to do one of these videos for each of these 9 steps, and also I'll put that one there. I might put a better turtle image in there because I'm really kind of my OCD wants the turtle image to fill up that. But you get the point. That's the challenge, and that sort of thing. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the PACE Institute, and I hope that by the end of the PACE Institute, we have a PACE race board game that we might be able to play. Thanks for your time.